Yeah, it's windy. Didn't get much snow here though. I left my house with about 4 inches of chunky wet snow, and here it's just a dusting. But it's really windy here. Temperatures dropping, ice, little patches of ice everywhere, but not a lot of snow. Well, we'll take a walk and see what there is to see here on Capitol Hill on a very cold 26 degrees Fahrenheit. That's below zero for you Celsius people. Here in our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. Little peek at the Washington Monument going this way. So you might be seeing on the news how the East Coast has been blanketed in snow. Not here in Washington, D.C. My home is just a short drive from here. In Maryland, we have about 4 inches of chunky, heavy, wet snow. But not here. There's this dome effect over the cities like Baltimore and Washington, D.C. So sometimes in the city, there's not as much snow. But like literally, there's not even this doesn't even qualify as a dusting here. Doesn't even qualify as a dusting. Well, we did get a beautiful blue sky day again today. How marvelous is that? Welcome to the chat. Hello. I don't think I have to tell everyone where I am, but just in case you don't know, this is the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C. We're on the west side of the Capitol, and here's the reflecting pool. And you can see, you can hear I know you can hear the wind, and I do apologize for that, but you can see what it's doing. I'm so glad it's just a few inches of water. When it's frozen, a lot of idiots let their kids and dogs walk out on it. I would definitely never ever do that. Because even though it's just a few inches, that's not what this is for. A couple of ducks on the water. A beautiful day here in Washington, D.C. Super cold, yes. Beautiful, worth the walk, absolutely. Let's take a walk around. Great to see you. Hello. Let us know where you're from in the chat. And I apologize for the wind. Once I get closer to the Capitol, I think I'll be blocking the wind a bit from the camera. So I do apologize. So here at the, Capitol Hill here in Washington, D.C., this is the west side of the Capitol. Some government buildings over there. The Department of Labor building is right there. And then the Smithsonian Museum's on the National Mall as you walk west from this area. We're going to go up to the tippy top of the hill. It will be windy. Hello, hey at Sofa Gallery. That's what it is. Sofa Gallery. Awesome to have you. Thank you for joining. Lovely to see you. This will be a quick stream today. It is cold. It is cold, but no snow here. Shockingly, no snow here. Just a few little flakes pushed around by the wind. Now here to my right is the United States Botanic Garden. We will walk around the outside of there after we take our walk around Capitol Hill. We'll check out the winter flowers There is something beautiful about frozen flowers to me, and we'll definitely check that out. Now, this statue here in front of the Capitol, in a place of prominence, is Ulysses S. Grant. And we'll get closer and I'll share a little bit about that memorial. Hello, Lily Cat. Hi. Great to see you. No snow in Colorado. Hi, Kristen. Seems very stark. Well, here's the thing. All around this area, and you can check out that car, right? There's snow. All around this area got some pretty heavy, not a lot of snow, but kind of heavy, chunky snow last night. Like my area, I have like 4 inches of heavy snow, which is really close to here. But in the city, just a dusting, just a tiny dusting of snow. I was shocked as I was driving in here. I thought I put my boots in the car. I was expecting to be, climbing through snow, and there's nothing here. It's so wild. Oh, from London. Fantastic. Great to see you. So we'll take a look here, and then we're going to go look at that Capitol Christmas tree, which, all right, I'll save my commentary on it till I get up there. Slightly disappointing this year, this Christmas tree, I'll tell you. And I apologize for the wind. Once I get to the place I want to get to, I think I'll be shielding the wind a little bit. So looking west from the Capitol grounds, and we'll get a little higher in a bit, we start to see the Smithsonian Museums, the National Gallery of Art, the Museum of Natural History, which is that greenish dome there kind of near the center. Woo! And is it windy? And then you can see, is that the lake from Forrest Gump? No, the lake from Forrest Gump is on the other side of the Washington Monument. So from here west is the Washington Monument, and then you probably can't see it. Beyond the Washington Monument is the Lincoln Memorial. And the lake from Forrest Gump is between the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial. When he finds Jenny. Yeah, they're not very deep. They're just like a few feet, maybe 2 feet deep. This is the memorial to Ulysses S. Grant. And he has a place of prominence here right in front of the Capitol, looking west across the rest of the United States. Washington, D.C. is on the East Coast. So the vastness of the United States is that way. And so Grant, being the final Union general during the United States Civil War, helping to bring the war to an end, this monument is looking west, kind of saying, hey, I'm here. You know, defending the nation, never again. Let's not do that again. So he's there with his trusty horse, Cincinnati, looking west, on guard to make sure our nation stays as one. Hi, Dwayne. Nice to see you. Yeah. Wow, is it windy? To hold on to this phone super tightly. So now we're walking east to the Capitol. Along the way here, there are other monuments and memorials. Whoa. And ice on these steps. So, okay. We're going to be super careful here. Okay, I should have been smarter about that. You can see here, you can see the ice, but I did not see the ice when I stepped down. So I'm going to be extra super boy. That would have been the one. Camera would have gone flying, and I would have gone flying with it. like an old lady walking down these steps right now. Just letting you know, I don't know if you can see, but there is ice all on these steps. I didn't see it. Just letting you know, be super careful. As I was saying, monuments and memorials all around this area to take a look at around the United States Capitol. I think some folks focus on the Capitol because it's, so impressive and it dominates the landscape. But over there is the Peace Monument, built by the mothers of those who served in the Navy during the Civil War. Hi, MD Shafilium. No, this is the United States Capitol. This is where the business of the government is done, where our Congress meets, the House of Representatives on your right and the Senate on your left. And we're going to go right up there, but we're going to be super careful about ice. Not a lot of snow here, as you can see. Yeah, go Navy. Oh my gosh. What a game yesterday. What a great game. Here's those lanterns. I've shown these lanterns at night. I think they're so interesting. I think I like them. That one I like. These up here that look a little more like a greenhouse, I'm not sure about. I don't know if I like these. Something a little odd about these. It could be that back in the day they were lit with, natural light, natural gas light. And now these bulbs are in there. I don't know if I like those. Yes, a Navy existed in the Civil War. If you've heard of the Monitor and the Merrimack, there's a great, wow. Okay, super slippery. There's a great story there. This could be the day, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the day when I fall down. Now, last week when I was in London, the weather was quite mild. Much more mild than it is here back home. And I got to do a live stream around the embassies. I follow the embassies here in the United States, and I've documented all of them. And I've begun my trek in the UK to document all of the embassies there. I didn't get close. I think I did about 25 while I was there last week. So I'll just have to make another trip. Hi, Market Abastova. Yeah, when Larry sings, sadly, they don't teach much about history in school now at all. I know the focus on engineering and math is really important, but at the expense of history, that hurts me. That's why I encourage field trips, visiting historic sites. Reading about history in books is awesome, but seeing the historic sites in person, number one, make the history more meaningful, and number two, you get to appreciate the full story. You know, not just the not just the people and names and dates. You get to appreciate the art, the architecture, and the geography. We never stop learning. I agree. Hi, Town Eddie. H-Town Eddie. Great to see you. Thank you so much. If you enjoy history walks and chats about architecture and adventure, then please do hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I do these walks. Whoa, so windy. I do these walks at least one day each weekend. This weekend I did both yesterday and today, and at least one evening during the week. Usually in and around Washington, D.C. or Baltimore, which is where I live and work, but also I get to travel. So I get to be in a lot of different places. The White House, this is the Capitol building. This is not the White House. This is the Capitol. And yes, we can walk right up. We can walk right up the steps when they're not frozen and icy. So today, just be careful. No real significant snow here, but little patches of ice here. So be careful. Hi, Dogu. Very nice to see you. So this is that state that Christmas tree with ornaments from the states. We'll walk down there and get a really close view. I gotta tell you, I am not impressed. I'm sorry to say that. I am usually not critical. I am usually not a critical person. This is a really skinny tree. It's tall, but it's really skinny. It looks a little sad. That could just be me. Now, when I traveled here this morning, I had this vision of showing you a view here from the U.S. Capitol of a snow-covered Washington, D.C. And as you can see, there's really not a lot of snow. Not a lot of snow. It is small. Kristen, this is a little sad tree. Budget cuts? I don't know. Usually the trees are donated. So I don't know what the excuse is. It is tall. I will tell you that. It is taller than usual. So maybe I shouldn't be too critical. So, that's okay. But I really had a vision of showing, I think it was last year after a snow, I got here and it was just a little bit of snow, but it was snow all the way down. And here, look at this. There's not a lot of snow. Not a lot of snow, but straight ahead from behind me, let me try to get smack dab square in the middle. The United States Capitol here up on top of Capitol Hill. Yeah, maybe there was an internal tariff on trees. And then I'm just a little bit askew so we can see everything. So the Capitol tree, beyond that, the Washington Monument, and much smaller beyond that, the Lincoln Memorial. You probably can't see it. The little tiny turret you can see to the left of the Washington Monument is the Smithsonian Castle. We've been there. And down the mall, we say mall, not mall. Down the mall, this is, the National Mall, are the Smithsonian museums on each side. Smithsonian museums are free, so please do visit, including the National Zoo. They're all free. So check those out when you're in Washington, D.C. Or if you're within a day trip, do it. I think some families don't think Washington is a great place for kids for some reason. I mean, it's great for adults. There's great architecture, museums, restaurants. But for kids, it's fantastic. And for families, it's super affordable. The castle, great question, Kristen. The castle is one of the oldest buildings on the National Mall. It was, I believe, either started or completed in 1847. So it was there during the Civil War. So when the Union marched from the Peninsula Campaign in Virginia, heading toward the Maryland Campaign that ultimately led to the Battle of Antietam, this was about September 6th, 1862, they walked right through Washington, D.C., and the Smithsonian Castle was there. The Washington Monument was in the middle of being constructed. Construction had halted before the Civil War, not because of the Civil War, because it ran out of money. I am being super careful walking down these stairs. Those kids just ran down these stairs. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. Now let me see. Can I get to the tree from here, or do I have to go back where I was? I think I can. No, can I not get to the tree from here? No. Yeah, okay. I have to go back where I was. But that's okay. That's okay. There's a view from this side. We're going to walk right up to that tree. We're going to take a look at those ornaments. And thankfully here there's a railing. I feel like an old lady looking for a railing. Hey, better safe than sorry, right? If I go flying, at least I'll have something to break my fall before I break my neck. And I feel like I have to tell everyone this. There is ice on the steps. Just yeah. Oh, well, you can't get up the steps there. But I'm saying there's ice on the steps here. Oh. Just be careful. If you go around the other side where the visitor center is, it'll tell you what times. I think you can on Sundays. Okay. But the visitor center is on the other side, so you can go all the way around. All the way around? Yep. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Sure. Hey Rohit, Washington, D.C. We had hoped to be here in the snow. I brought my boots. As you can see, not a lot of snow. There's ice. There is ice, but not a lot of snow. I had about 4 inches of chunky snow at my house this morning, which is not far from here. That's why I do not understand. Weather is so interesting to me. This monument here, this is the Peace Monument. We've spent some time here, so I'm not going to spend some time here today. Go check out my prior videos if you want to know all about the Peace Monument. And I think I'm going to make a separate video on it because it is one of my favorite, if not my favorite monument in Washington. I always say that about everything. So you all check me on how many things I say are my favorite, but it's a really good one. What time is it? 12:33 p.m. in our nation's capital. And we're going to take a really good look at this very narrow, I'll be polite here, tree. Hello, Uchiaraki tea. Wow, these names. There's a lot of snow here. I'm belonging from east, so there's not much snow. Yeah, this is definitely not anything to write home about, as they say. Hello, Alexi Sate. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. If you are enjoying the stream, kindly hit that like button. After my travels in London, for some reason, folks aren't finding my channel, and I don't know why. That dreaded algorithm. All right, so here's our nation's capital. I feel sad for these little kids. This is not enough snow to really enjoy. I mean, this is not enough snow to build a snowman, or even a good snowball, really. You get over here. So this tree is supposed to be decorated with ornaments representing the 50 states. So, you know me, I like a good checklist. Let's see how many. Oh my gosh, there's so much ice. Let's see how many we can find. All right, so right away I see Las Vegas there. There's an ornament with poker chips and playing cards. I see I love Nevada, Reno, Nevada. Wow, Nevada's getting a lot of love on this side of the tree. I see, now it says Dayton Wild Horses. Is that Dayton, Ohio with wild horses? Black Rock City, the Silver State. Okay, this is like Nevada. Wow, look at, okay, the tree is swaying too. That's a little, ooh, the tree is swaying. But there's good, you know, there's guide wires here. Guessing I'm from Estonia or probably Poland. Close, Russia. My ancestry is actually all over the place because I'm an American, number one. So I'm a mutt. I'm a bunch of everything. All right, I see a fish there. I see. Okay, honestly, Nevada wins. There's Reno. There's the Silver State. There's another Las Vegas. Okay. I mean, we have 50 whole states, but already that's a lot of Nevada. Now I'm going to stand in the snow because it's better than standing on ice. Carson City. So Carson City, is that Nevada as well? Carson City. I think that is Nevada. Lake Tahoe. All right, there's one. Eli Ranger District, National Park area. Horseshoes. The theme is Nevada, everyone. All right, I'm gonna get around this side and find a dry spot to stand on. Okay, there's dice. There's a cactus, cowboy boots, stars, horseshoes, a penguin. There's a penguin. Wow, look at that tree moving. All right, so I'm thinking instead of from all, I'm thinking not from all 50 states. I'm thinking this is the year of Nevada. I wonder, maybe is it like 200 years since they became a state or something? I'll have to look it up, like why all the Nevada stuff here going all the way to the top. All kinds of ornaments. Definitely look like a lot of kids got to contribute to the ornamentage on this tree. Take a hike in Nevada. Well, this is a lot of advertisement for tourism in Nevada. United States Forest Service, Smokey Bear. Okay, now we get a guide here. This is the People's Tree. Okay, the history of the People's Tree. But it doesn't say why Nevada. The tradition of the U.S. Capitol Christmas tree known as the People's Tree began in 1964. A live 24-foot Douglas fir was purchased and planted on the west lawn. Each year this tree was decorated. The tree died in 1968, and the 1968 Christmas tree was made from 2 white pines from Finksburg, Maryland, and was 30 feet tall. The 1969 tree was a 40-foot white pine from Westminster, Maryland. In 1970, the architect of the Capitol asked the U.S. Department of Agriculture Forest Service to provide a tree from a national forest, and since then the U.S. Forest Service selects a different national forest each year. So it must have been something in Nevada this year. That's great. Now we know. Oh, and the sun is out. It does look nice. Am I being too harsh? You'll never be able to feel snow, not even once in your lifetime. Well, I would say go on YouTube and find some channels with people skiing and playing in the snow. And whenever I have snow, I'll bring some to you, Uchiaraki. We're supposed to have a lot of snow this season, so I hope to get out. I had hoped today to be out in the snow. It's really not a lot of snow today. Wow. Okay, so we've taken a really good look at the National People's Tree. Nevada contributed the tree this year, absolutely. I thought in the past they were ornaments from all 50 states, but maybe that's changed. So whatever tree this is, it is magnificent. I shouldn't be so harsh. It just looks skinny. I like a more proportional tree, but it's probably a different kind of tree, like a Douglas fir. I have a Fraser fir at home. We cut our own Christmas tree last week and decorated it yesterday. And I have a lot more decorating to do today. But I wanted to get outside, and I was hoping, I have my boots and everything. I was really hoping to be in the snow today. Not a lot. Now, let's go over here to the National Botanic Garden, and let's take a look at some of the flowers that are dead and frozen, but I find them quite beautiful that way. And I am not walking on that sidewalk. I am walking in the snow because I'm going to try really hard not to slip on ice today. Take a look back at a beautiful picture of the U.S. Capitol. It's a red fir from Nevada. Thank you for that. Yeah, because it didn't look like a Douglas fir. It's just too skinny. Thank you for that. I'm sure there have been plenty of trees from Colorado in the past, Lily Cat. Some little kids do not like the snow. I don't blame them. It's also really cold. Okay, I don't want to be one of those people, but I hope these children were appropriately bundled when they got out here, because it's really cold. We'll take another look back here, and we'll get other views too of this beautiful building and others as we head down to the Botanic Garden. And I am going to hold on to the railing here, because this is true black ice here. Oh good, and the railing is full of ice too. Wonderful. I sound like an old lady. I'm sorry. I fall down a lot. I just don't want to fall down on stream. So throughout the Capitol Hill area, these helpful directional signs are everywhere. Tells you everything about all the monuments and memorials. And we just talked about the Peace Monument and the Ulysses Grant Monument. And then this one right here is the James Garfield Monument, which is right here. But we're going to go to this building here, the United States Botanic Garden. Now, this would be a fantastic day to go inside and warm up a bit, but we're not. We're going to just stay to the outside. It's free, and there are different exhibits at different times of year. So do check it out if you're in Washington, D.C. I think this gets overlooked for the more popular museums and memorials. You know, everyone wants to go to the Air and Space Museum and the Natural History Museum. But the Botanic Garden is a great space too, with a lot of outdoor and indoor space here. Plus, across the way, the great big Bartoli Fountain. And are the streets safer? I think so. I think DC is a safe place, period. I've lived and worked here my whole life. You just got to know what you're doing. Keep aware of your surroundings. Now, I like frozen flowers. I do. I think there's such a beauty in that. I did an edited video of this, the Botanic Garden over the summer. So check out in my channel under videos. I have a really nice edited video. I don't do enough edited videos. I need to because I have hundreds of hours of video to edit. And I have video from last year, from last winter, of all the frozen flowers. And I haven't done anything with it yet. So I need to do that. But we're just going to walk around the outside here extremely carefully because of the ice. And check that out. Okay. Careful, 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 careful. I do like that. All the Christmas balls in this great big huge planter. I think that's quite stunning. Oh, look, and there are lights. So this lights up at night. All right, we will put this area on our list to come back at night. So inside the conservatory is this way. And a really great treat. So do visit when you're here. We're not going to go inside the conservatory today. We're going to stick to the outdoor gardens, which are also beautiful. Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Trains. Ladies and gentlemen. Trains. All right. Let's find those trains. Christmas trees lit up. Christmas trees and branches all lit. So here's the times. The outdoor gardens from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. most of the year. This time of year in the winter, close at 5 p.m. Oh, trains! Oh my goodness. I hope Model Train Boy is out here. Oh my gosh. Check this out. I hope you can see this. So there's trains running through the garden. Okay, it's on the other side. Oh, wow. I have never seen this before. I do not remember this from prior years. Maybe it was here. Oh, look, and there's dinosaurs in the garden. Dinosaur and trains in the garden. Okay, let's get on the other side so we're not looking straight into the sun. Oh, here it comes. Check that out. Oh my gosh, that's cute. That is awesome. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Sally, we're gonna do this. Sally, come here. I'm standing in front of Papa. Come here, over here. I do not remember this being here. Maybe I just didn't know it was here in previous years. All right, so adding to my list of all the cool reasons to come to Washington, D.C. in the wintertime, trains at the United States Botanic Garden. And dinosaurs. Trains in the dinosaur garden. Oh, I'm definitely going to carve a short out on this one. This is fabulous.
I know, that's cute. You're going to have quickly shot when it comes up going through the plants, like when it's on that second.
Like,
I thought it's going to come up on the top one too.
Everyone's so excited. I don't remember this being here in previous years.
This is our first one.
Have never seen this, and
Really?
it is so great, and
It's
everybody's
so
so
cute.
excited about the trains
I know.
and dinosaurs. I mean, so another awesome reason to visit Washington, D.C. In the wintertime, the United States Botanic Garden has dinosaurs and trains. Trains! How cool is that?
Oh no, the train's gone.
Where did it go? Look, there's another one over here. It's right there.
Yeah, Chloe needs this chocolate right there. Oh, right, you're right. You're right.
I'll just let you know that. That's not there.
Okay. Look, Daddy's already down
Oh gosh.
Hey, where's the train?
there.
Hey, Tanorax, nice to see you. Hello, Name. Good to see you. But I came over here to admire the frozen flowers because I do find beauty in kind of the death of winter. You know, that there's just such beauty. And last year I took photos all around the Botanic Garden of all the frozen flowers. And I will do a video on it. But this year I found trains. What a nice treat. So here in the dinosaur garden at the United States Botanic Garden, you will find dinosaurs, beautiful flowers, and trains. And I see one that may have derailed. But there's a gentleman here to fix it. There's one up there that's stuck.
I know we saw the forecast.
What a treat. Well, let's take a look around some more of the garden. We'll come back to the trains again. I'm just like a kid with trains. Oh, not this way, this way. Those are good trains too. What do they call those? O gauge? The really big trains. If Daryl's watching, there's a cone, Daryl. So the gardens here at the National Botanic Garden, again, free, open all year long. Obviously, some of the flowers are long past their lifespan for this year, but I still think there's lots to see. Next to this area is an area that showcases the the ecology of the eastern seaboard, like this area, the mid-Atlantic. So you'll see, we go over this way, kind of a mocked up wetland area. With a trail. There's also a scavenger hunt here. And so at the entranceways, you can get your little checklist and do your scavenger hunt through the Botanic Garden. Oh, look, we have Christmas trees with dried fruits. That is beautiful. So if you're in Washington, D.C., and you're visiting the museums, take a little detour over here to the United States Botanic Garden. We are right next to the U.S. Capitol. The Capitol Dome's right there. We are right next to the U.S. Capitol. This gorgeous display of naturally decorated trees and trains, which I found to be quite a nice surprise today. So this area, this is normally a fountain, decked out in beautiful naturally decorated trees. Reminds me I need to buy some cloves. Too beautiful. And then here's the area of the Mid-Atlantic habitats. There we go. So this is where you'll find all the trees and flowers that are characteristic of this area, obviously. You can get a little scavenger hunt list. Bring the kids. And do a little scavenger hunt. I think this is a place I want to come back at night. Or maybe in the evening. No, it says it closes at 5. Okay, so scratch that. A little bit of the woodland here.
Sergio, was the train out here?
It's a little amphitheater.
One thing that's really sad around here is that
Inside the Botanic Garden are other seasonal displays for Christmas time. So check that out too. We won't be going inside today. I want to thank everyone for joining me. This is not the stream I expected. I expected to come down here and be trudging through snow and showing you all DC covered in snow. And although my home is just a few minutes away, this area was not. Surprisingly. I hope everyone has a wonderful week ahead of you. Thank you for joining this stream. If you enjoy these streams, please consider subscribing. And if you liked this stream, please hit that like button. Thanks, everyone. Take care.